When the stars begin to shine, Lord, I'll be in that number. When the stars begin to shine, Lord, I'll be in that number. When the stars begin to shine.
The STAR organization has been serving people with developmental disabilities in Fairfield County, Connecticut for 50 years. To commemorate this wonderful achievement, they were looking for a way to celebrate the people they serve and create awareness at the same time. The result? A sculpture contest. This gave an opportunity to artists in the community and local business people to give to a great cause.
STAR is celebrating its 50th year, servicing people with developmental disabilities. It's been kind of an exciting celebration. The pinnacle of it is represented by the star, where we have 50 stars that represent each year that we've been servicing our constituents, and they're being sponsored by a number of businesses across the area, and they'll be spending the summer, stars like this, up and down those communities on the Post Road and around, to kind of symbolize that we believe that people with developmental disabilities should be given a chance and should be included within our communities and be treated with respect and dignity. So that's really what the STAR organization has been doing, and currently we serve over 500 people and their families with developmental disabilities.
The love a parent has for a child is unconditional, and Jean and Charles Howe wanted to give their son Lincoln the best opportunity to live a complete and fulfilled life. Jean Howe, talking about the founding years of STAR in an interview, had this to say. As a resident of Wilton in 1950 and a mother of a child with Down syndrome, I was appalled to learn there would be no schooling opportunities available to my son Lincoln. It is almost impossible to imagine the dark setting of public ignorance and social prejudice and apathy. 50 years ago, when no family counseling, no training, or schooling opportunities existed in the communities, and without parent groups to offer support, the birth of a child with mental retardation was a very traumatic and often hidden event. Surely, I thought, I could not be alone. There must be other parents in the area with the same problem. If I could reach them, perhaps together we could work out some sort of plan to improve this condition. I now give you Jean and Charles Howe.
Our son Lincoln is now 57.
Yeah.
He is Down syndrome.
Yes.
When he was born, we were just told, don't do anything about him, hide him away, and he won't live very long anyway. And they encouraged us not to help him.
We had to set up some programs and services and get the people who had been excluded into moving ahead to find a rightful place in society.
Their success can be seen through the people STAR serves.
Just to try to give you just a quick snippet of what STAR is and what STAR will continue to become. I've asked Robert Trost, who's one of our board members and lives in one of our group homes, to just give you an idea of what STAR is doing today.
STAR helped me to become independent. STAR taught me how to get a job, found me a great place to live. I found many friends thought STAR.
We're trying to figure out what we're going to be doing over the next 50 years and lighting the way to really help people with mental retardation and developmental disabilities to participate in our communities, to have active lives, and to be meaningful citizens within our towns.
That was great. So how long have you been married?
This could be like 2 years. Next year going on 40th of January.
Wow.
4 years in January.
Now, did you meet through STAR?
Yes,
we did.
What's the secret to a good marriage?
Being good to each other, we love that.
Yeah. We're here.
idea for 5-foot stars come from?
Well, there was a group of us that had the meeting to discuss the celebration and to figure out how it was that we really would let the communities that we serve know that we're here and this is what we do. And the stars came out of that group realizing that our name is Star, and what better way to celebrate who we are than to take stars, to make them as unique and interesting as possible. Because each one of the stars is being decorated by an artist within the community to, in fact, symbolize the uniqueness of the people we serve.
My star is entitled Our Star. It has a child, which is the child of humanity. It's supposed to represent all races and all genders. It also has a mammal, a bird, an insect, and a fish on it. And each one is in the points of the stars, standing on the earth, which represents that we are we are all unified, and this is our star, and we are all one in that. And in our spirit, it was supposed to be that's why our star shines.
Because everything is new for me. 9 years ago I arrived in the United States, and that's the first event of this, of this kind in my life.
Star did they took this to the studios, I guess, and had them all sign it, and then they gave me this whole stack of photographs, and they left me the interesting challenge of finding, reading. Some of these are, Susan Lucci's is pretty readable, but some of these are like hieroglyphics. So the fun part was matching the photographs with these celebrity scribbles. Some didn't have them. I guess Kelly Ripa didn't sign it, but she has a photograph, and others. Some of these signatures are works of art in themselves.
Well, I love the water, so to start with that, I'm always sort of influenced by it, and living in this area, it's easy to be influenced by the water. I also love to collect things on beaches, and I've been collecting sea glass my whole life, and I've also been, thinking of doing sort of a large-scale project, so this kind of fit the bill.
Well, Sarah, my partner, who's not here right now, she and I both go around to various schools and do art projects with kids. So when this project was sent to me in the mail, I thought about taking it on as an artist, and then I thought it would be a lot more fun to do it with the kids, because they would get a kick out of doing something on such a grand scale, which they don't normally get to do in school. We've been having a lot of fun. The kids are constantly coming in the halls and saying, "Did you see the star? Did you see how big that star is?" Joy, and I'm mixing up the paint so that they can put their their touch of color onto their sea creatures now. We thought what we would do is use watercolor on the decoupage, because it gives it more of a watery effect, which is what we're trying to achieve, obviously, with the sea creatures and sea motif.
When Star got all the elected officials and dignitaries in Connecticut, Democrats and Republicans, to sign Joyce's American flag star, they knew they had a great community project with everyone unified for one common cause: to help others.
I thought that I would work on a star using the stars and stripes so that it could tie into the theme. And I also felt it tied into Star's theme, which was lighting the way, of course. And to me, the spirit of America is lighting the way.
We've been having a lot of fun this week. We have been to Hartford to see the governor. We've been in Stamford to catch up with Senator Dodd. And you'll see this star that's right behind us, which we call the political star. And we're going to ask all of our elected dignitaries to sign this star as their participation in this great event. And it looks as though we'll have almost every elected official that represents our towns will be able to sign this star sometime in the next couple of weeks. We're thrilled about that. And it really talks about how this is a group and community grassroots effort to support people who need us most.
I have lots of friends who have benefited from STAR. So this is really a celebration of the human spirit and a celebration of the goodness of our society. And I was happy to sign the STAR. I just wish I had another pen so I could have made it bigger.
Where would you like me to sign it?
Well,
hopefully
you
above
can choose.
Crochet's name, right?
Well, yeah.
It's true. I was talking to Pfizer earlier today. I'm working on that for us.
Love this, huh? Great. All right, well, I'm going to sign mine right here, okay? That's Chris, C-H-R-I-S, okay? That's my first name. There we go, we're going to wave. Should we wave, sir? You can wave. Okay, we're waving.
Great.
Give me the wave.
Though most of the stars are around town to create awareness, some were brought to the gala event to be auctioned off to raise money for STAR. Now comes the question, how much money would someone pay for one of these artistic sculptures?
But I just want to thank everyone for coming tonight for our Starry Night. I think it's just incredible what the artists have done and what our crews did in the last 2 days to bring all these stars to the country club for your enjoyment and hopefully for some of you to fall in love with and want to own.
To go outside and put in a bid for the silent auction. And then we'll get underway with our live auction here tonight where we have all these stars to auction off tonight.
We're bidding on this one. And it's got this great funky thing. So we have to decide. We have a great place in our yard for it. And everywhere we go, our kids see stars and they go, look, there's another star. So our kids will go nuts when we go home. They'll come home with a star.
We're going to move on to our Marilyn Monroe star. Actually, Mona Lisa is on the back of this star here, but Marilyn is displayed right now. So you have Marilyn on one side, Mona Lisa on the other. And we're going to do our opening bid on the Marilyn Monroe Mona Lisa star at 500. Can I see 500? 500 in the center of the room. Okay, here it is, going once. We're at 1800, going twice. Going 3 times, sold. 1800 in the center of the room. Starfish is one of the more popular stars. And we're going to start the bidding on Starfish at 500, the usual price. We have it right here in the front, the number 90. We got 4,000 in the back. 4,500. 4,500 is what we're looking for. Let's see some battles. 4,500. 4,500 going once. 4,500 going twice. We got 4,500 right here. We're at 4,500 for the Starfish star. Going 3 times. Sold. 4,500.
When I saw the artist in the workshop actually putting this one together and saw the photograph book about it, I just had to have it. For now, we'll probably put it on the terrace of our apartment in Manhattan. I'm hoping that before very long that we will have a little bit more apropos place for it to make its home.
We sponsored the star along with a group of other families and placed it at Stepping Stones Museum for Children in Norwalk with the cooperation of Stepping Stones. And we're hoping to donate it to Stepping Stones so it becomes a permanent addition to the museum. One of the things that we loved about the whole idea was everywhere you go in Fairfield County now, you come across stars at the most unexpected times. And that reminds you that everywhere you go in your world, you come across people with developmental disabilities at the most unexpected times. And they're part of our community, just as the stars have become part of our community as well.
Throughout its history, the STAR organization has relied upon dedication, commitment, and the involvement of the community. This became truly evident throughout the tremendous success of the STAR Sculpture Contest.
Press, who has just, we have never been front page news 5 times in 6 weeks. Unbelievable. I will just add lastly that some wonderful relationships have been formed. We've had 3 artists who have now volunteered their services to teach classes for free to people that we serve. We've had an employer come and say, I want to hire a person from your program. And we've had more than one family call us and say, I didn't know you were around. I think my child could use your services. So I think we hope we have begun to accomplish the goal of getting our word out.
I've actually learned about the organization and what they do.
And what have you learned about the
I learned that
organization?
for 50 years they've been doing a lot for a lot of people that really only need a certain amount of help, and then they can move on and they can actually live a normal life. And I think that's what this organization does. It brings these people to a place where they can exist and be happy in the world.
Joey's been serviced through STAR right from birth. First through the Rubino Center, their fabulous Birth to 3 program, and presently through the Family Service Division of STAR. And thanks to all of you and your wonderful sponsorship, we are looking forward to 50 more years at wonderful service of STAR and servicing Joey and all of his little pals. Joey, can you say thank you? Say thank you, STAR.
Thank you, dog. Thank you, dog. And as my closing words, I have only one more thing to say, and I can say it with a cheer, and that is, shine on, stars! Shine on!
For its 50 years of helping people with developmental disabilities, I think Joey summed it up best. Thank you, STAR.
When the stars begin to shine, Lord, I want to be in that moment. When the stars begin to shine, when the stars begin to shine, Lord, I want to be in that moment. When the stars begin